Substack, how you doing? How you doing? Hello. My name is Samuel Mahlaba, and as you know me as Ubei, that's my chosen nickname. I'll explain to you someday. You can read my archives and find out why. But so excited to be sharing this with you. I'm of the idea that media and artistic expression really is a way to express the mind, and like the way our minds perceive stuff and understand things is so beautiful when we have like things like music, visuals, and primarily conversation to actually explore our minds and go into the rooms that um, is our minds and our experiences, and um, yeah, how we perceive things to be. So the nature of my Substack is that I'm exploring an objective view of things. I know that um, yeah, we're living under narratives. There's the premise that I have as a marketer as well, who's had the paradigm shattered and destroyed by understanding that there's perceptions that we hold of things that um, aren't true, and obviously those are used as well just to get into our heads to sell things to us, and then that brings me also even to just the global or like landscape of geopolitics. So what I wanted to chat to you today about is an experience I had, which I'm trying to index and understand and incorporate and embody as well in my own personal experience. Yeah, as a fact of life, coincidence, the law of coincidences. What is that like? What is that shaped by? What are those forces that govern that? So I once upon a time last this year visited my sister, and I was chilling with her husband, who introduced me to this guy, which I forgot his name. The sacrilege of forgetting someone so impactful his name. But also, that's even the thoughts that I explore here is heuristics, like mental shortcuts. Sometimes you just say hi, what's your name, and ask, but not really capture it. And that's like habits as well that we've created. Um, and I'm trying to bypass those mental shortcuts and actually be more conscious. And this is one of the activities I'm doing to do that. So this guy, he's obviously first time meeting him. I don't know him, and from the chats that we have, he he then asked me about my girlfriend. And interesting thing was that just 2 weeks before, she told me that her origins, so she's from Mauritius, right? And telling me about Gujarat culture and the language and the origins of how Pakistan came about, you know, um, and just the conflict there and all of that, and her origin story. And if I hadn't had that or heard that like 2 weeks ago, it wouldn't have connected to me when this guy then shows me a book with the map of like India and stuff, and it's a book about Gujarat's culture, people, everything, the works. The coincidence was so crazy, and he then explains to me the significance of language in Indian culture. You know, I think it's important to note that, like, within a South African landscape, race is such a critical factor. Obviously, we consciously want cohesion and harmony, and so there's a rainbow nation that we live in, but then the reality of it is not the narrative of it, right? And that's why we have guys like Franz Fanon, psychoanalysts, and the Carl Jungs who actually want to get to the source and objective view, worldview of things, right? And I think that that's our in our essence as humans. That's what we want to do, right? And that's why we do arts. There's this natural urge for us to express, right? And so then this guy paints to me a picture of how we as black people obviously have this premise of that we are laborers in a sense and have a detached sense of identity because of the geopolitics that surround who we are, right? And he told me to do a YouTube channel where I speak in Zulu, but I thought that maybe doing it here in English, I guess, because of the audience here, that would be like a great foundational thing. Also, just to cement the thoughts and also even see the use of language, what that means. Because even Frantz Fanon says that we black people are different when we're with whites and different when we're with ourselves. So there's like a split identity that happens there. And the interesting thing that my friend there put me on was that in Indian culture, everyone even learns the Urdu, Tamil, Hindu, Arabic, or all of that, and it's like standard. It's should be, but then we as Black people have a sense of inferiority complex around our language, and that means because our language carries who we are and how we think of the world, how we see the world, who God is to us. It even informs like the work we do. You know, you think about Afrikaners and the type of work they do, but then obviously because of the racial context that we live in, we're constantly looking for work and never have to think about questions of identity and being. And with that, my battery is out, but I want to fill you up on this and lovely meeting you. Throw me some comments on your thoughts on language.